In Activity 1, Magnetic Attraction, students explore several objects from the kit and from the classroom to determine whether a magnet affects them. They observe that magnets attract materials that contain iron, predict magnetic attraction, then record and interpret magnetic attraction data. You will need the following materials from the kit: Activity Sheet 1, small paper clips, paper fasteners, masking tape, and a spool of thread. You will also need to provide objects to be tested for magnetic attraction and scissors. To prepare this activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 1 for each student. Place the objects to be tested at several workstations around the classroom and list the different objects on the board. Cut the thread into 30-centimeter long pieces. Each pair of students will need one rubberized magnet, one piece of thread, 2 small pieces of masking tape, and the objects to be tested. To begin the activity, initiate a class discussion by asking students, "What do you think are some properties of magnets?" Students may mention that magnets attract certain objects. Record all of their suggestions. Next, point out that an object that attracts another object draws or pulls the object toward itself. Ask students, "What types of objects do magnets attract? Can you predict attraction?" Students may answer that magnets attract objects that contain iron. Help them understand that sometimes it is difficult to predict which metal objects will be attracted to a magnet. Some metals, such as aluminum, are not attracted to magnets. Distribute the materials and 2 copies of Activity Sheet 1 to each pair of students. Have students come up to the workstations to get a few items to test. In the appropriate columns on the activity sheets, have them list the objects they have chosen and describe, as best they can, their composition. Caution students not to test magnetically sensitive items, such as computer disks and tapes, audio tapes, and computer and television monitors, as doing so could erase or damage them. Have students predict what will happen when each item they have selected touches or comes near a magnet. Next, show the students how to use tape and thread to suspend their magnet from a table. Instruct them to test the objects they have selected by holding each object near the magnet. Students should continue predicting and testing until all of the objects have been tested. Remind them to record their observations. Then, ask students, "To which objects was the magnet attracted? To which objects was the magnet not attracted? How could you explain your observations?" They should have observed that none of the non-metal objects were attracted to the magnet, and most, but not all, of the metal objects were attracted to the magnet. Explain that magnets attract only objects that contain iron. Finally, have students complete their activity sheets. To conclude the activity, remove the tape and thread from the magnets. The magnets, pieces of thread, and paper clips should be returned to the kit so they will be available for future activities. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science Reader, please consult your DSN Teacher's Guide.